I made it.
There it goes. I don't have my earbuds in. One sec. You shut your mouth when you're talking to me. We were kind of debating on H2O and a couple other movies, and I thought that it was probably time to give Halloween a break. Not that I love Halloween and I'll watch it into the ground, but I thought, for viewers and just to shake it up a bit, I really wanted to watch H2O, but Trick or Treat.
Yeah,
It's a hidden class. It's not really hidden, but it's
it
less
was for a
known.
while. It
It
was
was
hidden
for a
for a
while,
while.
right?
Um, Trick or Treat is much more hidden, ladies and gentlemen. If you actually watch this and ever get the chance, give it a whirl. Give it a whirl. It's a super fun, cheesy '80s horror flick. I like to watch it along with Brain Scan back to back. Um,
I've still never seen
but
Brain Scan.
oh, dude, we got to do that. If we
Uh,
can get back to some in-person stuff, we should like watch that and film a review on it. It's one of
there's
those movies that people absolutely love, but can't really get for one reason or another. The DVD copy I have was like $26.
I was wondering if I have it. I don't have it, but no, I've been pushing myself to watch newer movies. Like I watched Prom Night, which was kind of a chore, and then
The
awesome.
remake?
No, the original.
Okay. I was gonna
The-
say,
It was
oof, the
like I
remake
like
is nothing but a chore.
no, yeah, but it's funny though because like some of it, like I don't know if the killer was supposed to be goofy or if I was just like kind of laughing at the fact that like sometimes he messes up and it's funny. Like when he opens up the van doors to that guy and the guy just like charges him and punches him out the back of the van. I was like, there were times where I was laughing and it it was a good movie, especially I bet for its time it was pretty good. But I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, honestly, I haven't seen that in ages.
It's on
I
Peacock.
I've been rewatching 2018, Halloween 2018, over some of my lunch breaks and stuff, and realizing how much I appreciate that film more than Kills. And
Telling you.
when I went to theaters Saturday with my buddy to go see it,
Hmm.
um, he took it as like he's a Halloween fan, and he said as a Halloween movie, it's not good. As a social commentary slash slasher, if it didn't have the Halloween name, it'd be absolutely fine. But
Well,
he was
that's
like,
weird. That's
dialogue's
what.
bad. The the social commentary works, but it doesn't fit Michael as much as what they're going for. So, he's kind of along with us. He was like, I'd rather have a little suspense, and he was talking about in 2018 when the Shape hunts Allison pops on. That whole scene right there, he's like, there's no suspense like that in Kills. There's no moment where you're like, ooh, in Kills.
I mean, there is with
And
the Lindsay Wallace stock.
not,
Yeah, I
it's
mean
still
there
not
is
as strong.
when he's rolling up on her and she's hurt and she's laying there and like it's like, doo, 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 doo. I mean
But
there
also,
there is.
so I'm still like, did they edit some of what he did to her? Because all he did was like hold her up for a second.
That's what I said too. I was like,
Like,
is she really that hurt? She got choked. I mean, yeah, it would hurt, but would she be like crippled in the car, not being able to stand? Like,
yeah,
I
I don't know.
the
But
movies the movies felt frustrating because it could have been so much better. Like, it wouldn't have taken a whole lot. That's the thing. It wouldn't have taken a whole lot to be a lot better. Just
yeah,
tweak the dialogue, adjust some things, make things flow better. You
and
had 2 years. You had 2 years to edit this damn thing.
I get it. Some people do love it for what it is, and that's fine. I've seen so many people getting so nasty with one another online about if they love it or if they hate it. I just don't understand why we can't just be like, cool, you didn't like it. Why didn't you like it? Okay, cool, you liked it. Why did you like it? All right, cool, I can see. And
Well,
move on.
well,
I've seen people posting cruel things to people.
here's what I think a big problem is and I get caught up in it too. Like I want to talk about certain things on certain YouTube channels or whatever, but I don't have time to write a 5 paragraph thing of responding to your question or to whatever. Um, and if you don't express yourself, if you can't get to your point short and sweet and respectfully, and especially if you cannot emote, if you cannot come across as like being like you care what the other, you know what I'm saying? It's hard to come across on a keyboard one way or the other, and it's easy to
Yeah.
be a warrior over a keyboard. Where I think people just really struggle to, well, like you're saying, respect somebody else's opinion, but then convey your own opinion in a constructive manner, or to like express your own feelings on the movie instead of just it sucked, the dialogue sucked. You don't have as much time like us to sit here and flesh out why it sucked
Oh
or why you
no.
loved it.
Okay. Yeah, no, I saw this. I wish I could remember the video I saw it on, but it was a Halloween Kills review by somebody, and I've been watching them because I want to find, like, even if you say you love the movie and you're reviewing it, I'm gonna go in with an open mind, hear what you had to say, see what you liked about it. Maybe it'll help change my perspective a little bit. Um, One commenter said that they felt that it was the best of the Halloween films, and they listed a few reasons and said, they'd give it, I think they said like a 9 out of 10. They'd put it right up there with the original. And that's okay. That's their opinion. That's totally fine.
Wow.
Somebody commented, well, your mother should have swallowed. And I'm just like, why are you people doing this? Why are you going this far? And then the guy's like, well, that's kind of cruel. And it was like a whole chain of comments. I don't know if it's been deleted since or what. And he was like, my mom passed away a couple of years ago, and the guy replied with, "Yeah, I would want God to take me too if your favorite Halloween movie." And I'm like, why? Why? This is over a movie. This is over a movie. You could love it and I could hate it. That's fine. That's totally cool. You know what? Halloween Ends is still gonna get all our money.
Right.
What's the matter? What's the matter?
Right. Well, I
Just
was
be good people.
dude,
Be nice.
Christian Hannah Horror. He dropped his ranking, and it's all over the place. I mean, it like, but it's all subjective, and he doesn't just like, here's my list, have a nice day. He explains why he enjoys each movie and why it tickles him a certain way to where it goes up. He's more like you, where it's very subjective. How it makes you feel and the enjoyment you get out of it puts it up there, regardless of the characters and of the story, and which is fine. That's fine. Like, that's, you go to a movie to be entertained, and if that's what entertains you, that's fine. But one guy on here was like, "This list sucks. This is the stupidest thing ever. How's Halloween 3 your favorite Halloween?" And I was like, "Look," I posted. I was like, "Look, it can't be stupid because he's told you in this he loves these movies because it's subjective. He loves them because blah blah blah. Like, it can't be wrong because it's his list." Like,
Yeah.
I was like, I don't like Halloween 3, and I don't agree with any of this list, but I love that he gave reasons why, and he didn't
Yeah.
bash on any of them. So if you wanted to adjust to your own list, it shouldn't offend you. Like, what you need
Yeah.
I was like, you need to calm down, son.
I can't believe how many people, like, we joke about it, but how many people have come at me for my vibes and feels about Freddy's Dead. Like, that's a nostalgia thing to me. That's
Right.
that's okay to have. And if you don't like it, that's totally cool too. People say Dream Warriors is their favorite nightmare. That's fine. Mine's the original. That I don't
Right.
What's wrong with opinions on these films? I
Well,
just don't understand.
when it comes to you, you have a lot of nostalgia for a lot of the later films, and I'm super jealous about that because if, like, obviously the later films in all the three franchises and in most franchises, that the later you go, the dumber they get. It just, you
Oh
try
yeah,
to
yeah.
explain things nobody asked for, you do things nobody wanted. It just gets further away from the original intent of the characters. But if you have nostalgia for those later on movies that helps propel your love for the franchise, especially where it needs the love, that's fantastic. Because
Yeah,
I don't
especially
have, I always started off with the first few, and then I was like, oh, I hate all these because, and I could never get past the fact that they suck because I have no nostalgia for them.
and see, I can work with that, but also you have to. The first Batman film I saw in theaters was Batman Forever. So think about that. Like, I got the short end of the stick there.
Really,
Like,
Batman Forever is a good movie to see in theaters. It's got lights, it's
but
fun, it's wacky.
but it is not Batman or Batman Returns.
No, but I saw Batman Returns in the theaters, and I'm here to tell
We
you
were
right now,
probably way too young to be seeing Batman Returns in the
I was 5.
theaters.
I was 5.
Yeah, way too young.
Yeah, the
Way too young.
sexual innuendos, and I saw it more than once in the theater. I owned that VHS like day one. I had all the toys like within reason, and that was a huge toy line. Holy God! But no, I would argue very, very strongly that Batman Forever is a better representation of the character. But anyway, we're here to talk about Trick or Treat. So let's get started on that. So this is a 2007 Warner Brothers. I forgot the dude's name. Mark something directed it. He did King of the Monsters and he did Krampus.
Real
Um,
quick,
oh, you
I
already
am
on it?
paused. I am paused where the giant WB logo starts to
Fade in.
Invisalign the screen.
Okay.
All right, so copyright pending. Oh, you know.
It's after that. So yeah, it goes to that, and then it goes to the Legendary Pictures, I believe.
Should I pause on Legendary?
Mm-hmm. Close your legs, Caleb.
Never. Oh my God.
Yeah, it's long. Wait for it.
That's what she said.
Wait for it. Wait for it. And pause. See, I don't think mine's not showing a timestamp either. Info. Oh, there we go. Info. So I'm 28 seconds in. So that's where we're at. 28 seconds into the movie. So this is 2007. Stop it. 2007's Trick or Treat. I believe it came out on DVD in 2009. It was shelved for a little while. For some reason, they loved the script. Yeah, 2 years. They loved the script, pumped $12 million budget into it, and then they got cold feet and backed off on it, and then they unloaded it. And I meant to check and see how much money it made. It was in 2013 they came out and said that they were going to make a sequel to this movie, and it's never come out again. Mark or Mike or whatever his name is, the director, has basically like a whole outline of what he wants to do for another movie, but he's on the up and coming, and they probably just don't know how to market a sequel, so who knows if we'll ever get a sequel. But this movie itself, amazing.
They did some graphic novel stuff with it, but yeah, it's had the weirdest release. Like, it had the weirdest problems getting released. And then, just like Freddy versus Jason, there's been so much marketing for this sequel, and it's just never happened for whatever reason.
All right.
Trick or treat.
Here we go, guys. So,
28-second mark.
28-second mark. As always, want to thank our sponsors, which, again, same as always, is nobody. So big shout out to you guys. Absolutely nobody. For the 2 in attendance and for the dozens that are going to watch us in the future. Ladies and gentlemen, here we go in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, engage. I'm excited. I can't wait to watch this movie again. Like, I was so like captivated the first time I watched it. It's one of those movies where when I was younger, I could definitely see myself watching it and then immediately watching it again.
Oh yeah, this is a big one. Honestly, what I'm kind of sad about this season is I haven't watched my favorite Halloween time film that I watch every year since it came out, House of a Thousand Corpses. I watched it a lot all year round, but I haven't watched it this season yet.
I just watched it this week with Devil's Rejects and Three from Hell.
I did
now
watch Devil's Rejects.
They were playing on the background while I was working, so I wasn't like, but dude, I love Three from Hell. I don't know what it is. I think I just love the simplicity. I love that it's toned down.
I find that very interesting. I do enjoy Three from Hell. I think it sucks that we didn't get it before Sid Haig was, getting older and getting sick and sadly passing away not too long after its release. But I actually do enjoy Three from Hell, and I really want to get the Target Steelbook for 31 because I'm one of the few who loved 31. I think it's absolutely stupid crazy, and it works. It's like literally everything was like, okay, Rob Zombie, You can do literally anything you want with this movie, and you don't have to make it make sense. And he was like, all right, I got it. That's what
Yeah,
31 is.
I need to watch it. I watched the opening scene. That's it.
Man, that opening scene is rough. Also, do you find it weird that this gentleman is in this? Like, of all the random things he's popped up in over the years, like TV shows, serious dramas, and then he's in Trick or Treat where he's trying to get his wife to put on porn.
Well, she's a, I don't know what she's in, but she's a B-list. She's in a bunch of stuff too. This is a weird one. Yeah, what's funny is like I don't care if you love Rob Zombie, hate Rob Zombie, love House of a Thousand Corpses. Everybody across the board says that Three from Hell, love it or hate it, it just wasn't needed. It just like Devil's Rejects ended the way it did, and everybody sat on it for so long that it just like I said, I like Three from Hell quite a bit, and I love the Night Wolf, or is that, I can't remember his name now. The
The
inclusion of,
brother character, yeah.
yeah, I like him. Sid Haig, for the few minutes he's in it, is great, and I love that they execute him.
I
And
think
I like that they had to do some jail time too. I like that there were some ramifications for their nastiness. But I think that Devil's Rejects, man, like House of a Thousand is nasty. Devil's Rejects is a little, it goes further into the nasty. Where in the first movie, in House of a Thousand, like it's like a carnival ride, and the lights really distract you, and it's very entertaining from start to finish, and the clips, the quick cuts and edits. And then in the second movie, like you could feel that Rob kind of was struggling for budget, and he had to tone it down and had to do its own thing. I don't know, but I do like that they're very different from each other. I like that you get two completely different flavors of the movies. But anyway, I'm sorry. Back to Trick or Treat. I'll talk random movies all night.
no, I can talk all day about zombie films. I've actually been trying to attempt to give uh, Lords of Salem. Is that what it
Yep.
is?
Yep.
I've been attempting to give it another shot because it's my least favorite of his films.
Oh God, that lollipop is deadly. Yeah.
I was saying,
I never seen like I after Halloween 2, I was so and Devil's Rejects, I was so irritated with Rob Zombie at that time that I didn't even give him another chance. So
see,
I
I really when it came out, I really liked it, but I was also a lot more like into the extreme horror at the moment, and I thought
mhm,
that getting a wide release like it did was absolutely astounding because most films that went that far never would. You
right.
know, it got
No,
a
oh yeah,
theatrical run. It got,
I appreciate what
you
he
know,
did for horror for sure. Caleb slapped me. I just saw the.
Prestige yesterday. I haven't seen that in a while,
I
but
was
I do
just
remember loving it.
I was just talking to my coworker today about how that's one of Christopher Nolan's best movies. Hugh Jackman, Christian Bale, Michael Caine, like
Those three
it.
dudes alone in the same room, like, come on,
Right,
that's just awesome.
right. I feel bad because I can't remember the actresses. They're good actresses too, and I can't remember their names because they're so overshadowed. But
I
that's
still
probably
haven't
Chris.
seen Tenet. I need to see it.
I haven't seen it either. That's probably Christopher Nolan's, like without seeing Tenet. It's probably his top five, I would say. God, dude, I might even catch me on the right day. I might even put The Prestige over The Dark Knight. I love The Prestige that much. Completely
For
underrated.
Nolan, for Nolan, my top film is going to be Begins. Batman Begins.
Oh my God, dude, Sam messed her up. Like, put her on display and shoved that lollipop deep down in there.
John, there might be children watching.
I didn't do it. He stuck it in her mouth.
Uh,
What do you want me to say? He inserted the lollipop violently into her orifice of her mouth.
so, quick thought. Actually, I don't. I keep thinking about Halloween Kills. I'm sorry. It's like what 2 weeks later, and it just keeps coming.
Well, it was
I
2 year
feel like the
build,
people.
so
the people who didn't like it, I've noticed like this common like epiphany where people start to appreciate the Rob Zombie Halloween films more. I've seen them going higher in people's lists,
Yeah,
and I find that very, very interesting. Very interesting.
good for
People who
them.
would have put them at the bottom are now putting them in the middle.
I'm once again Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. It's one of those movies I wish I loved as much as everybody else. Um, but it's a fever dream. I don't know what to make of it. It doesn't flow from the first movie well. Had that been Rob Zombie's first movie, I would have been a lot more on board. But the tones and the flavors are so different. Even the cinematography is different. The 16 millimeter, like it's I just can't ever get on board with Halloween 2, and it makes me sad because I know a lot of people love it, and I wish I could be on the same train. Like I hate being such a stickler for me, character is a lot. Like plot is important to me, but character is everything to me. If your characters suck, if I don't like them, and if they don't fit the formula of pre determined destination. Like I don't know. I'm not a big fan. Michael Caine, Scarlett Johansson. Like how did I forget?
Thank you.
And Andy Serkis.
Yeah.
Yep, loaded with talent.
Absolutely
Yep.
loaded with talent. Yeah,
I
dude.
always forget David
I
Bowie's in
need
that too. Always.
I need to go back and watch that. It's been a while. Honestly, we've been on this horror kick since we came back from our COVID shutdown. Maybe we need to go back and do a couple non-horrors after Halloween.
Yeah,
I
dude.
mean,
I've been dying to watch. I haven't seen the third John Wick. I have not seen third Bad Boys. I haven't seen Zombieland 2. I own all of them on 4K, but
I
I've been
own
in
none of
such
them, but I've seen them all.
yeah.
Dude,
Some
Bad Boys for Life was awesome. I
I can't
loved
wait.
every second of that. That's the last movie I saw before the COVID shutdowns.
Dude, now don't get me wrong when I say this, but Martin Lawrence is so good. It's I want to say this correctly. He's so good that it frustrates me. He didn't do more with his career. He did a lot. Don't get me wrong. He did a lot, but he's so good. I just want more from him because
Yeah.
I just feel like I don't want to say he's underrated, but he's underappreciated. How good he is.
Mm. I still one of my favorite comedies of all time, Blue Streak. Like
So good. So good.
it's so good. It has no right to be as good as it is. Why is your child in the dressing room? Why are you scolding them for getting
Right, why is
dressed
he
in the
peeking?
dressing room?
Man, have you started the Chucky TV series yet?
No, no time.
Bro, so good. They're
I
short
that's what I
episodes,
mean.
man.
I've heard it's really good, and I did see the trailer for Black Friday with Devin Saya and Bruce Campbell, and
Yeah.
man, that's a movie I want to see
Dude,
so
alls
bad.
I care about now is the fact that Tiger King 2 comes out next month. That's made my life.
Uh, TJ from Project Louder Network and uh, Gore and More podcast shared that trailer, and I commented, "Crap! Now I have to watch this crap again." Like
And
I have
love
to watch
it.
a second season of it because like I don't want to see it, but I have to. Like that's just how that is.
Dude, everybody owes Tiger King a little something for saving us from COVID. Like like
They kind
everything
of
sucked
released it
so
at a
much and
weird
then Tiger
time.
King came out and it was the medicine we needed.
No,
It might not have been the medicine you wanted, but it's the medicine you needed.
yeah,
So
Sheep's
this is
Meadow.
2000,
This,
2007. So this is after X-Men Last Stand, I think, right? Right.
yeah,
Right? Yeah, yeah. So she's after that, but this is before. Oh, that's such a D move. This is before she was in True Blood. I believe True Blood was like
that's Kid
2010.
from Bad Santa, right?
I believe it is. Yeah, yeah.
Dude,
Bad
that's
Santa was
amazing.
a rough
This movie
watch.
has so many nods to just horror. I say movies are a love letter to horror quite a bit. I think Terrifier is a huge love letter to slashers.
Mhm.
But this is like a love letter to horror all around. It takes different mythology, different ideas, different concepts, and put them all into one.
Oh man,
Don't waste a good lie on this.
he's such a good actor. He nails this like creepy teacher.
Sit down,
Dude, I think I
Charlie.
told you this story, but when me and close buddy of mine, we first met in middle school, we were going to go trick or treating, and his dad had a tent in the front yard, and it had a sign that says, "Reach in, take one piece candy, have a happy Halloween." So I reach in with a big old hand, ready to grab a bunch, and he grabbed my arm underneath that tent, and I bricked it hard.
That's awesome.
That's like the only time I'd ever been really scared in Halloween, and I was petrified.
Real quick, did you notice that who they bumped into was the couple who died in the beginning scenes?
Right, right.
So this movie, it not only is just an anthology, but it also intertwines all the stories in some way, which I
And
didn't
it's
realize on the
non-sequential.
second or third viewing. Yeah,
Yeah, no, I got it at the end. That's why I was like, this is that kind of movie when you get to the end and you fully realize all the twists and that it's the way it played out. You're like, oh, I need to rewatch that. But I will say, like with movies like this, what I would like them to do is if they're gonna make this where it's like non-linear storytelling, I wish that they would make a copy to where you could just watch it full, like straight play out. I don't know. It's just something I've always wanted. I want to rewatch Southland Tales. So be on time watching review it. It's surreal. Reflection today. I've never heard of Southland Tales. Maybe
I
I
don't
need to
think I
see a
have
cover
either.
and then I would Southland Tales.
I don't know. I do know that I keep trying to push people to watch the movie Southbound, um, but that's another anthology horror film, which I'm not sure that that's what you're talking about.
I'm trying
I
to
don't think
find a
it is.
pen. I was gonna write that down. Southland Tales. I don't even have my phone. I love how sadistic he is.
It's perfect. Like
Holding that knife. Just let him chomp on that poison candy. It's a lame jack o'.
really is. The way he just
Another
laughs.
another tradition.
Always check your key. Yeah, I don't think I've seen that. I don't think I've heard of that.
Director of
Ugh,
Donnie Darko got
projectile
the rock.
chocolate vomit. Ugh.
Stifler from American Pie. Southland. How I never heard of that movie. That's weird. That must have been a really strange under the radar one. I can't believe I've never. I love Sarah Michelle Gellar, and God, she feels like she dropped off the face of the earth after like
You
Scooby
say The
Doo.
Rock and Stifler, and my only thought is
Rundown.
Rundown,
God, I
which
saw that in theaters, man. Such a good movie.
another underrated comedy.
Dude, the fight scene in the bar when he was like, you have two options. Number one, you give me the
Little
ring.
thunder.
Option B, I make you give me the ring. I take B. Like,
Take a little thunder, a little lightning.
oh man. That's so good. And then you have Christopher Walken really embracing Christopher Walken. Like
Yeah,
that's when he went full like from then on Christopher Walken in every single movie. I love it.
great. I just want to point out it is storming like crazy at my house right now. So if I disappear for a minute, it's because I lost power. Also, what a perfect night for a Halloween's themed film. Just
Oh yeah, man. I love it. Got to
all
go
right.
with it, man. Good costume.
Unison. Anything for a good
I
cause.
don't think anybody could have played this better than him. Like, it's just so creepy and teachery. So good. And he's got that voice that makes you pay attention. Oh, there's
Oh,
Sam.
Sam. He's like, did you get one?
Now, why is Sam right there? Because he hasn't broke tradition yet. So, right? I wonder why Sam. I mean, maybe Sam was just in the neighborhood. I don't know.
Well, it might have been because he killed the trick or treater. He killed the kid.
Right,
So
but I don't.
Sam was just coming by to check on things and seeing if it'd give him a reason to kill him.
Oh, okay. So he's just kind of checking in on people.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know if he like had like a
That's
more of
what
a.
I think. That's what I take it as.
Okay. See, because I didn't know if he was just like waiting to hear that kind of stuff, or if he was like a force of like, you know what I mean, like Krampus, where he gets pissed off and Krampus comes in. Which, by the way, this director did direct Krampus, so I don't know. That's why I'm getting the connection, but
Man,
that is a meat cleaver right there.
Krampus, I watched it last Christmas season, and the first time I saw it, I loved it. I really did. And the more I watch it, the more like I like the comedy, but the less that I like the movie overall. I don't know
Yeah,
why.
from day one, I thought like Krampus, it's just missing a little bit of tone to make it epic. It's good, but the comedy doesn't quite land where it fully commits to being a comedy. You know what I mean? It teeters between serious and not too fast.
Yeah. I just want to point out this would totally be my kid if I was burying a body in the backyard.
Just watch
Dad!
Charlie Brown. Yeah, I love how he keeps getting interrupted. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Krampus is just something where I just feel like they just didn't quite hit the mark.
Yeah.
It it should have been more funny.
I think I don't know. My favorite Christmas horror films have to be Christmas Evil and then the remake of Silent Night, Deadly Night, the
I really
Silent
did
Night movie.
enjoy
You
that.
know, I love that movie. I can't wait to watch it this Halloween season, like or Christmas season.
Yeah, I saw it on Blu-ray for like $8. I almost bought it. I should have. It's actually at Walmart. I couldn't believe it. It's at Walmart on DVD for like
Silent Night is?
$6. Yeah,
Really?
really.
And not Silent Night, Deadly Night?
Silent Night was there. $6 for DVD, and then it was had Jacob's Ladder for $6. It was crazy, man.
Wow, I might have to upgrade my copy.
What
Like
do you
this,
have?
I
You have it on
have,
DVD.
yeah.
They
Oh no.
only they only have it on DVD.
Oh, I thought you said Blu-ray.
No. They don't. They have. I almost bought it for Blu-ray off eBay, but at Walmart I was surprised they even had it on DVD.
I
Like,
do
good
like
for
the
them.
case. The
Yep, that's
case
the
is
case.
super cool.
I don't know. I would probably say my favorite Christmas horror is probably Gremlins. Probably.
Yeah, yeah, I can work with that.
Dude, everybody talks about a movie that's begging to be remade, and I've just watched somebody that's pretty high up. They were asking like, if you could remake one horror movie, what was the horror movie you'd remake? Mine would be Gremlins. Remake Gremlins. It's begging for it.
If you could
Begging.
remake one movie, what would you remake? Is that what you
Horror
said?
movie. Horror movie. If you could remake one horror movie, which Gremlins.
Prophecy.
That's a good one.
This
It's
is the right.
it's it's hard though because it's Christopher Walken just I don't know.
I think the only way to get it remade and remade properly is if it was made into a horror film. I don't think it could survive as a slow burn thriller like the original. It would
No.
have to be full blown horror.
Yeah. But the problem is like similar movies have come out and kind of done that already, like Legion, like, I mean there's a
Dude,
few.
yeah, we do need more. Legion is rough. But yes, we do need more Christmas killers. If you haven't, Oh, nope, nope. I can't. Where? Oh, that's gonna make me. Oh, here we go. If you haven't, check out Christmas Evil.
I'll go in to
Um,
see that.
there's also another name for it. You Better Watch Out is another title for it. It is probably the weirdest, most trippy, strange, weird Christmas horror film ever. And for some reason, it really works. I don't know. I really love that one. I
I just
actually found out about it from watching Dr. Wolfula's reviews. And then it just so happened that a local Screenland was having a Christmas film special where they were doing oddball Christmas movies. And Christmas Evil was one, so I went to go see it there. And I was like, oh, dude, this is awesome.
God, man, when your kid just has that voice that's just nonstop, Dad, 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 you're like, leave me alone.
Downstairs. He looks like he's gonna hurt his son, and they do a really good job of making it feel like he's gonna, and then he's totally not.
Yeah.
Speaking of connections that I found, this mask wall right here. You know what that reminds me of? Well, what should remind me of it?
Hellfest?
Um, huh?
Hellfest?
Yes, Hellfest.
I love that movie.
I do too. It got so much crap, but I think it was a really good,
I,
fun, out of nowhere. Like it didn't have to be anything, and it was just to entertain, and it did a really good job.
I think cheesy, subtle horror movies, like people just aren't into them anymore. Like, and like you have to beat your audience to death, like in the first 2 minutes for them to understand the tone of the movie.
No,
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I totally thought he killed his kid when I first watched this.
I did too.
It's creepy.
God, I love that. Remake of Blair Witch, but in cinematic form. Yeah, that's a good one. I just think that Blair Witch might be a little bit harder to accomplish because it's so recent. Gremlins has that like big name where it's like everybody would jump to it. Prophecy has that name where only like a few people would understand it, and then Blair Witch. I mean, well, they did, but it was also kind of a soft reboot, sequel, spin-off that just went nowhere. If done properly, it could be really good. But I
Yeah.
think people want to see The Witch. I think people they're done after years of the first movie, the
Now,
failure of the second, which I like the most.
now hold off on spoilers because I just bought The Blair Witch. I've still never seen it.
The first, or
I've never seen it. Yeah, the hype
like
train
any of
was
them?
the
Oh, dude.
hype train was so big, and the ending was kind of spoiled to where I finally deleted it out of my brain. But I just
I
wasn't
won't spoil it.
excited to see it because it was blown out of proportion.
Honestly, Book of Shadows is my favorite of the films, but it hits that MTV rock kid culture, which was me. That I was its target audience, and it worked.
Yeah, that's the thing about Gremlins is I don't think it would piss anybody off if you redid Gremlins because came out in what 84, 84. So so it's like almost 40 years old. Like the rules of Gremlins are stupid. Like update it. Don't feed them after dark. Don't get water on them. Like Like just update it a little bit, still make it a horror comedy, go back to the flavor of the first movie and kind of ramp up the gore a little bit, ramp up the seriousness and the level of um oh my god, we got to get ahead of this before it's just too far out of control. Like slow down the reproduction a little bit. Like they reproduce way too fast.
Yeah.
But just go back and make it a better movie and forget the second one ever happened because the second one you need to be high out of your brain to enjoy. I enjoy it, but that's because I grew up with it. Once again, we're talking about nostalgia. Um, but overall, the second movie's kind of trash. They gave the director carte blanche to do whatever he wanted, and he literally did whatever his brain cooked up, and it was not a good thing.
I'm trying to look at my movies to see if there's any others I'd like, but Prophecy really is like perfect for me, I think.
Hmm. Yeah, I just don't know if it's a property that's big enough to. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe. Maybe.
Yeah. See, this goes into that classic like vampires, werewolves. Like, I think that's absolutely awesome that they did all of the Halloween like stereotypes.
Yeah. You must be trash to not felt any of that. But technically he's not a vampire. I mean, well, not technically, he's not. They play on it, but he's not. And I don't understand like his physique and everything. Why she'd be interested in him? She must be really messed up.
It plays on those, which is just
It does. It's
super
great.
awesome to me.
There she is again.
Yeah.
And this is where the movie once again kind of takes you. It takes you for a ride. It throws you a curveball, and now you're trying to like, oh wow, I really need to pay attention. You know what I mean? You're invested now.
Also, real quick, where are the Halloween parties like this?
Bro, I don't know. I've never seen them.
I know there's some that are like super loud and annoying at like Power and Light, but I am not the type of guy to go to that. So,
If she got like those people must be. I mean, they are trash because they're just laying there. But man, she got killed like in the open alleyway. Yeah, it looks like a
that
nice block
subtle
party.
music, that subtle music sounds a lot like Saw. That da na 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 na.
Yeah, yeah.
Which, man, I hope what I read and shared with you today was a rumor that is going to be false. I don't want that. Um,
There's no need for more Saw movies, man. Like there's just
well, Saw 10 was greenlit before Spiral made it out in
oh
theaters. Like it was. The problem is if they do it, they only have two, well, they have three routes. One, remake spinoff like Spiral. Two, continue from Saw 7. Three, continue from Jigsaw. Crowds unanimously disliked Saw 7 and Jigsaw. So,
right. There's other things you can do with it. Like I mean, there was however many four killers at the end.
Saw
Um,
can win. Dude, I want it to work. I do.
yeah,
I want to see it. Actually, I want a continuance of Jigsaw, but I don't think we're going to get it.
yeah. Caleb likes every single movie except for the Spiral. I like everything. I don't mind Jigsaw, but I don't think it was needed. And I'm not a fan of Spiral. It did nothing to of Spiral. It did nothing to further plots. It's a rip-off copy. It didn't
It
work for
wasn't
me.
good.
Yeah.
When I figured out the twist 20 minutes in, I was pissed. Why am I here? Why did I see this? Chris
Well,
Rock's performance was awesome. What's her name's performance was great. But it
the
didn't.
the corrupt cop setting should have been perfect for Jigsaw because, or for Spiral, because you messed up. Here's how you can survive if you want to. Your redemption stories. It should have been great. The problem is the killer sucked at the end of Spiral. Like that's the thing is if it's not John
The killer
Kramer.
trap and the final trap was.
Oh, you froze, man.
I don't know what's happening.
You froze. Hang on.
Have I lost you?
I'm
I
here. Your
wish I could
face
show
is
you how
froze.
slow the screen's going right now.
Hang on. Give it just a second.
Are you there?
Yep. I'm here. You're cutting
You
in and out.
froze
Hang
too.
on. Yeah. Give it
Ah,
just a second. Yeah, we're currently at the bus scene where they're talking about the driver and the kids that are disturbed. They got all their Halloween masks on and stuff like that. But anyway, go ahead, man.
Spiral. The last trap was way too over the top. The killer was way too easy to figure out. The distraction that they tried to give you to make it look like he wasn't the killer was way too easy, way too simplified. Um, it just it felt more like a ripoff of both Saw and Seven to the point that I feel like they owe money to David Fincher for Seven.
Yeah. Well, it just the flavor and the formula was wrong. I mean, you did however many movies in a row with all the same formula, the same flavor. Jigsaw, a little bit different flavor, but for the most part, it's all the same thing. This movie just felt like a generic straight to DVD. Like good, acting was good. It didn't fit the
And
flavor. And people
the
like
best,
you have so many movies to go back to. If you can't really add anything to Tobin Bell, to Jigsaw, to like if you can't add anything to the past to move on in the future, I just don't think it's necessary. It's just another Jigsaw killer that's not interesting. If it's not Tobin Bell, nobody really cares. If it's not Tobin Bell or one
personally,
of his original disciples.
two things. One, that Camaro was the best character in the film. And I think that if we instead of went down Tobin Bell Alley and we went down Gordon Alley, that would be good.
Yeah.
Because we all know that he was supposed to appear in the other sequels, but they would not give him the finances that he requested for it. And then he had a falling out with somebody, and it just got ugly. So he didn't show up until the last few minutes or the last film. Um, Spoilers from 2000, whatever. He's the end all be all Jigsaw now. Um,
I think it was like what 2009 maybe. I don't remember.
yeah, and I think that
I do think it
the
was a nice
film
tie-in. I think it was a good way to end that. But
it was, but at the same time, it would have been better to, I think, have him be the checks and balances. I know that they made it look like he was throughout, but if that would have been more apparent, because you can tell that they retconned that, and that was totally supposed to be him and Amanda. There wasn't really room for another.
see,
It
I
was
kind of
like
like
a
that he
lost
had other people working on in the background, and I like that the focus was on Hoffman or whoever. But anyway, sorry. Back to this guy. So yep, the bus is going off the hill, and then these however many kids, 12 kids, shaboom.
Yeah.
And I like that they did a good job with this being like the flashback, like a storytelling with like the colors and everything. I like how Sam is there in the background again. They did a good job with their $12 million budget, which blows my mind that this got 12 million when the original, going back to Saw, the original Saw had $1.3 billion budget,
Yeah.
and the driver survived because of course he did, because he's the only adult closest to the door. Yeah, Amanda, she was okay. I liked how emotional she got and how attached, and rejected and how mean she got. But yeah, I'm glad they brought in Hoffman and the rest of them because I was like, there's no way this 110-pound gal was lifting these people and and getting all these massive traps together. So I'm glad she had some backup. Otherwise, if she was the only main villain, I'd be like, no, this is dumb.
I agree, but I still think Hoffman was the weakest of the
Yeah, I liked Hoffman. I
apprentices.
like how he's cold, detached, and calculated. I like him.
Personally, I think my favorite of the apprentices is Dude from Jigsaw, just because it
Eh.
it felt just a little bit separated from that core group.
It was
So
a weak tie-in. Not that Hoffman wasn't either, but I mean, it just was
dude,
like, I mean,
all
you could have
the
literally made
only
anybody that.
the only apprentice that wasn't a weak tie-in was Amanda. Everybody else was.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that's fair. Gordon maybe wasn't too bad, but yeah, Amanda's probably the best. Survivor, she was a junkie, it gave her another reason to live. She found solace in it. Like, it makes sense.
Yeah.
But I wasn't buying her as the guy that sets up all the traps. Like, she just 105 pounds isn't gonna cut it.
No. Also, man, do you remember being a dumb age where you would do stupid things with a core group of friends at like a preteen, teenager age?
Yeah, but I was usually the
Because,
last one to do it. Yeah, dude, I will
yep.
say that Saw, like, I
And we
love the
went through,
franchise, but you have to watch the franchise back to back to back to back. You can't go, I'm gonna watch Saw 5 today. Like, I think most people need, I don't know. For
I,
me, if I watch one, I gotta watch two. I gotta watch three. I gotta watch. I can skip one and go into two, but for the most part, I'm gonna watch two, three, four, five. I'm gonna bang them all out at the same time because they
since
don't do a great
I
recap.
got into, phew,
Of the,
sorry. Since I've been getting into Saw more and more over the past few years, I have to say that I can go back and watch Saw 4, Saw 3, Saw 2 without watching the first.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
I
I
don't
don't need
know.
to watch the first. Yeah.
The first is by far my favorite. Um,
Yeah.
Crap, I had a thought about this movie and I totally lost it. Uh,
Dude, I love this side plot here where you think these girls are innocent and like this is all about like virginity and Halloween night and like what are you gonna do and how crazy you're gonna get. And then like the twist just comes out of nowhere. The transformation, everything's
yeah,
amazing.
it's great.
It's so good.
And the Little Red Riding Hood.
Love it. Andrew, Josh, whatever. Dude, that jack lantern, sweet. That
Oh,
was a lot of work.
the doing stupid things with teenage buddies. I was probably 14 years old with my cousin and his girlfriend at the time, and he's like 2 years older than me, and a couple other friends. We all got together and went haunted house hopping down in KCMO. And back then, there was catacombs, which was two buildings that you had to make it through. I laughed my way and had fun through the first building. There was even one guy who came out. It was so packed. One of the dudes who was supposed to scare us came out and he had his mask up. He's like, guys, I gotta have you hang here for like 10 minutes. I'm so sorry. Like, and we just sat and chatted with him for a while. Super cool guy. And then we make it outside of the first building and there's this like 6 foot privacy fence. And when you come out, you come down a solid staircase, and it feels like a solid staircase. We're all laughing and walking and talking, and we're like, okay, we're outside, we're done, and not realizing it took us into another building. And what was underneath us was a false set of stairs. I
Oh.
didn't realize it. And I just hear this chainsaw turn on, and
Oh.
I was in the back of the group, and I booked it. I don't think I ran that fast in my entire life. Oh, so whoever that person was, dressed as Leatherface at Catacombs, if you ever happen to come across this, made an impact, and we laughed about that for ages.
See, my buddy in high school was the biggest, toughest dude in high school. Nobody messed with him. He could go wild-eyed crazy on you like that. Um, and he was a football player, man. He was so tough. He was so hardcore, just big buff dude. We went to a haunted house, and I'm pretty laid back because I'm just like, nothing's gonna happen to me. But he was very uptight. He was just always uptight. He was very wound. And somebody jumped out with a chainsaw, and he smoked that dude so fast, dude. It was like Tyson Rage knockout, and this kid he like spun to the ground and was like laying on the ground. And my buddy's like, "Oh man, sorry, I didn't realize it was a reflex. I'm so sorry." And this dude's like holding his face, like walking away. I was like, "And we're going now." Like, I cannot believe you just dropped that dude point blank. It was so
No.
hardcore.
I think if you're gonna have reactions like that, if you're that kind of person, you need to not go to haunts.
Right. I don't know
I
what he was
think,
thinking. I think he was peer pressured in. I don't think he wanted to go. I think he knew better, but we were all like, "Oh man, let's go. It'll be fun. Don't worry." Like, we
yeah,
should have we should have known better and not made him go. Like, we didn't make him go, but you know what I mean.
yeah. Haunt actors get hit way too much.
Man. Dude,
I still to this day,
I
I've wanted
oh,
to go to a haunt. I had a local ask me if I wanted to do a couple weekends with one of my Jason outfits
oh, that'd be sweet.
last year, but with COVID and all that and the kid, I was just, man, I don't know. I don't want to be out till 2 a.m. Like,
Yeah,
I want to work a haunt. I really do, but I,
that would be sweet.
oh, that's rough. Like, be out till 2 a.m., get home at like what, 3. My kid wakes up at 6. Just, no.
Dude, if something just came out of the lake that nasty and slimy, oh my lord. I don't know if I could function. Oh yeah, then your buddy's dead. Nope.
Run, Forrest, run.
Oh, and the classic glasses fall off.
See, again, another nod to classic horror. She dropped her glasses.
Right. And this is a movie that can actually get away with it because yeah, they're poking fun and they're highlighting all that stuff. Oh, they're all just like, well, that was lame. The music and the cinematography in this movie is just fantastic. That's why I'm just it's weird to me that they didn't push this movie harder. I mean, $12 million budget. It looks great, sounds great. Like it's weird to me that they didn't fully go for it. I can't imagine spending $12 million and just be like, eh.
Yeah. And man, doing pranks like this on people, I don't care who you are, if you're watching this with us and we just made it to the point where they pranked her really hard, don't do that to random kids. Like,
Oh
don't.
man.
A group of friends is one thing, but a kid that's not in your friend circle that doesn't understand the dynamic, who's never, don't do that. Don't do it.
Well, especially like you need to know the kind of person you're tricking. Like if they're the kind of person that will laugh at it once they realize they're safe and it'll be okay. But somebody that's really like wounded by being embarrassed, somebody that's like not into that kind of stuff, any disabilities or whatever, like let's not do this. Like come on guys.
Yeah.
It shows a lot about your character. Oh man, yeah. I mean, most people would be wrecked after seeing something like that.
And she bashed her head in too, like,
Entrails were a nice touch.
right? Oh, y'all done messed up.
That was the one that the teacher gave him, right? Or no, 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 no. No one. Was it?
I think it was.
I need a refill.
Oh man, it wasn't me. What is that? I do like the touch of the bus still being down there, even though in reality it definitely would not be.
Well, was it always there, do you think, or do you think it was like resurrected by like all the stuff that's happening in the spirit of Halloween? You know what I'm saying? Like it's like a spiritual remembrance. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Or do
I don't
well,
know.
they
They
had to have known
seem
those
to
kids would have
know it
been.
was
They
there.
had to have known those kids drowned, and they would have removed the bus. I'm sure. So yeah, I guess
Yeah,
that makes sense. It wouldn't be there at all. Period.
yeah.
I do want to say though, we were talking about going back to like an action movie or comedy or something like that. I say the one thing I want to make sure though, I really do want to hit the Scream series hard because it's my favorite franchise, and I really want to dig into my non-excitement of how of Scream Five, um, and what I feel. What this I don't know.
You ready to
I,
be disappointed?
I'm ready to be disappointed. I'm not happy. I don't want a fifth movie. I didn't like the fourth movie. I actually think that in my ranking, spoiler, like it's one, two, three, four. I think it goes in order because the more it goes on, the further it gets away from its original impact. Like
I
the
also want to say, I used to own one, two, and three. I don't know what's happened to them. They're not in my collection. They haven't been for some time, so
oh man,
kind of
dude.
sad about that.
Yeah, that box set's usually about 15 bucks on Amazon, 15, 17 bucks.
They had the like $10 four-pack at Walmart, the double-sided disc ones. I would have picked that up, but
DVD, Blu-ray.
yeah. DVD.
Yeah.
It was like the weird front cover where it was like Scream 1 in a corner, Scream 2 in a corner, Scream 3, Scream 4, like the Crow four-pack was.
Yeah. I love this shot here. She's just like, "Yep, I'm going home. I'm done with this. They got what they deserved."
Mhm. Then Sam's just like, hey,
I love Sam. I love that he's always looming.
I like that Sam like is like, hey, how's it going? Like another day at the office. Like,
Yeah.
hey, good to
Dude,
see you.
I can't wait to open this up. I'm gonna do a video on that soon.
Man, I still haven't opened my Friday 7 figure.
I haven't either.
I got that shelf set up and I just got Freddy versus to Jason to stand. Even with the foot peg stand, he didn't want to stand up.
Yeah, I've got two of them that are unboxed and two that are in the box, and yeah, there's something about Freddy vs. Jason's legs. It's just a turd. Like he just doesn't want to
And the
stand.
hip joints are like soft, super soft. At least on mine.
Yeah, I just bought the '09 Friday the 13th NECA not too long ago. I want to unbox that too. I think I might actually leave him as Baghead Jason just because I think it looks better.
Yeah.
I don't have part two yet. I've been meaning to buy that, just haven't got around to it.
Yeah, I want 2 and 3, but I've kind of slowed down on that whole game just because it's gotten out of hand.
Yeah. Oh, I'm with you, man. I'm surrounded by it. Resident Evil trailer. I haven't seen it yet.
Oh no, is that a comment?
Huh?
Do we have a comment for the Resident Evil trailer?
Yeah. Jabari asked, "What about the Resident Evil trailer?" I
Oh, that means I'm not seeing comments anymore. I saw it. I'm pretty stoked. Um, I'm excited to see what they do with it. It looks on point in my opinion.
I'm excited for it. I never played any of the original games, so I like Resident Evil 1, 2, and 3. And I didn't mind 4 or 5 this last go around. But once again, this is another franchise I think you need to watch it back to back, especially if you weren't a big fan of the later movies. But I love this on how it gets flipped right here. God dang it, man. This movie just It's so good. It's so simple, well shot. Twists and turns are great. I love it. He attacks her, and then all of a sudden he falls out of a tree. Like, this is the wrong batch of ladies to be asking help.
God, this is pure gold. Oh no, it keeps cutting out and slowing down. Oh no. You still there?
Yeah, I just haven't been moving. I like that her first kill is easier because he's a bad guy, so it's easier to just let go on him.
Yeah.
That mask is really cool of his too. Steven.
Steven. Steven.
I love that
They're
he
not
thinks he's
people.
powerful and he's getting ready to pounce on some helpless little girl, and then nope. Yeah, and the whole time you see the girls surrounding her, like, where are all the fellas? And then this movie cuts over to it. They're all toast. I love how dude's in a hot dog suit. I love that. Oh yeah, you ain't going nowhere,
Ooh.
son. That leg is toast.
Yep.
Got the Sweet Dreams playing on the background. I can't see her as anything from but Suki from True Blood. Did you watch True Blood, man?
No.
Oh my God, I've got all of them on DVD. I'll have to let you borrow them sometime, man. It's
I
so
would
good.
rather not. I would
Huh?
rather not. I'd
Dude,
rather
it's
not.
it's so good, man. The world building that they do, the characters that they have, um, the characters are where it's at, man, in the story. It's so good.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, I don't want to say Twilight, but it's amazing on how you can take something kind of sexual and cheesy and make it intertwined and interesting. It's, I don't know, to me it's impressive to me how good it is for how much it should not be good.
Yeah. Dude, the
Dude,
transformations in this had
oh
to be most of the budget.
oh man, had to be. And I
Oh, that.
just I just watched American Werewolf in London for the first time, and this might be even better. I don't know. For the time, I mean, relevancy wise, American Werewolf is better, but the transformation is fantastic. They just ripping off skin. It's so freaking gnarly. And she's so scary right there, man, in the firelight. The way the
And that
scene
in
is lit too is
between.
so good.
Yeah, that Little Red Riding Hood play was super awesome.
Hmm.
See, for me, I still think my favorite looking werewolves are actually Underworld. And I know. A lot of people are going to give me crap for that. But the way those werewolves look, the Lycan look in Underworld, I think that their design is really, really cool.
I do like
Really
it, but in
awesome.
some shots they're bad. I actually like Rise of the Lycans the best. I think that's the best one, the prequel.
You what?
The Rise of the Lycans.
What?
It's the best movie.
You disappoint me.
One and two are good. I like the prequel the best.
One and
Um,
two are the best. The prequel is third best, and then that garbage that they did as 3D was hot
uh,
trash.
the what? Hang on. It's Awakening was eh. It was very eh. And I own Blood Wars. I'm looking at them right here. I own Blood Wars, but um, I have not watched it yet.
It's rough. The first two are, it goes in order. The first one's my favorite. Second one comes after that. Third's going to be the prequel.
It's the best. It is. It just is. I'm sorry. I love you. It's the best. You're wrong.
No, no, I'm not.
She should have swallowed.
Morbius. Dude, the way Morbius plays out in the second one, dude, I went to theaters to see that, and when he came up and like flew up, the CG and the
Marcus. I'm sorry. You threw me
Marcus.
off because I was thinking Morbius, the new movie coming out. Sorry. That's why I
That's
had
what
a
I
weird
was
look on my
thinking
face.
too. I think that's where yeah, no, Marcus. When he came out, between the effects and the CG playing so well together, I was just like,
It's okay. I mean, the second one's good. I mean, first one's just, I don't know. I like the grounded. I like the I don't like that there's no guns in the prequel, obviously. I just think it's more grounded. It's more about the rise and fall of the Lycans. It's about the slavery of the Lycans. It's lit really, really well. I like the kind of medieval feel of the vampires over the humans, but they use the Lycans for the daytime protectors. I think there's a lot more meat on the bones of Rise of the Lycans, but I do like
personally,
one and two. I think two gets a little fantastical and a little crazy. But
yes, it does.
yeah, for me it would go three, one, two, and then the rest is wherever.
I think the first one I really, really appreciate that they were taking a risk diving us in the middle of a story. Like it, like the prequel really does set the tone for the whole franchise, whereas the first one was like, here's here's where
Happening.
we're at. And then they
Uh,
and you kind of have to work with it. And
well, yeah,
that doesn't always work.
that little monologue, like backstory, where she's up on like a gargoyle, up on the peak of the whatever she's on. She delivers that so well. She's amazing. But it says all depends on what cut you've seen in part one. Are we talking part one of being Underworld, or I'm sorry, which Jabari? Which one are we talking about? Part one.
I can't see comics, so I'm not sure.
He says all depends on what cut you've seen of part one. Dude, that old remote control, man, that takes me back when the clicker was like that thick. It was like
Yep.
basically a brick, like a cell phone back in the day. God, he's just going straight from the bottle of Jack.
Man, I
Another
really
another
wouldn't
great
barbecue
actor.
something.
Their budget must have been on Underworld. I guess I didn't realize is there. I'm assuming it's PG-13 Underworld. Uh, where are you? No, it's mine. The one I have is rated R. I'm not sure. Not sure which one, man. Widescreen special edition. I don't know.
I
Got
honestly don't know.
121 minutes. This is probably my favorite part of the movie, just because I like the setting. I like the enclosed area of the house, the old angry man, and then you got Sam.
And the
And I
way
love
that the
Sam.
house is, yeah, the way that the house is lit too, like this house, I think this is the first setting in the film that's a character of its own. Like
Yeah.
the house sets the tone for this scene.
We have all the things, man. We have a dog that doesn't want to listen, a kid that wants to yell. What's your favorite look of Sam? Is it the normal bag or is it the unmasked? Is it the ripped mouth?
So honestly, I like the bag, but I do think him without the mask looks like a mix of Pumpkinhead and Alien.
Yep. I know a lot of people actually love the unmasked version of him. I actually kind of like the mask the best, just the straight up, you
Yeah.
see it all movie. There's an unrated extended cut of Underworld. Huh, I'll have to check that out. I did not know that.
I didn't
Huh.
either.
Yeah, the first three movies in Underworld are just so good. I just wish they would have stopped there. Like I liked Awakening good enough, but it's trash compared to the rest. Oh man, if you've never seen True Blood, man, she gets naked a lot in that movie. A lot of people get naked a lot in True Blood. Um, it's it's just it's the cinematography is great in True Blood. The vibe of the story is good. Vampires are super cool. The werewolves and everything else they put in there and interweave all the characters. The acting is fan freaking tastic. Very good B-list talent in True Blood, man. It's True Blood is a ride. It's like it's a ride. If you like vampire stuff, True Blood is a ride, and True Blood is a must watch if you are a vampire fan.
About this movie, I going back to this real quick. The shot with all the pumpkins all lit up and the wind and all that almost has a vibe like the 90s kid-friendly Halloween theme films like Ernest
Goosebumps and
Scared
stuff.
Stupid
Yeah.
or Hocus Pocus. Like it's got that like kid-friendly vibe. It's almost nostalgic in a way, at least to me.
I love this shotgun over the mantle, baseball bat, angry old man, just sitting there getting drunk, and then he's got a. I just this is the character I can believe would be going after his dog, would defend his own house, would be gung ho, would be angry at the world to where he would actually go upstairs and try to shoot something.
Oh
Unlike
yeah,
Halloween
definitely.
Kills, where I will never believe that they were dumb enough to go upstairs when they were both
Yeah.
right next to a door and could have just bailed.
Oh.
I wish he would not have said that line in Halloween Kills. There's somebody in our house and it's not a kid. Because at least if they thought it was a kid and they walk up thinking it was one of the kids that broke into their house earlier, I could buy the fact that they weren't prepared and were being stupid. I wish they wouldn't have said that line.
Man, Halloween Kills. Yep.
So close
That
to
reminds me, I
greatness.
need to cancel my Peacock subscription.
Yeah, I need to do that too. But I've been trying to get the most out of it, man. They got a lot of good stuff on there.
Yeah.
Watched, yeah, like I said, Exorcist 3. Oh my God, I'm so happy I watched that movie.
Such a good movie.
Thank God the dialogue and the characters in that movie are phenomenal, where they can carry the first 40 minutes when nothing's happening and they're just building all of it. Thank God.
Yeah.
Because that's a movie where I could definitely see after this sucky heretic, Exorcist 2, most people wouldn't make it 20 minutes in a third movie. Caleb having the non-flashbacks of Halloween Kills.
So rough.
Yeah, Caleb's still got it super duper uber low. Me, I've got it in the middle. Once again, anything you say that's good about it, I can agree. Anything that you say that's bad about it, I'll probably agree. It's just one of those movies where it's very. I don't understand how you can super love it or super hate it because there's enough on both ends to keep it in the middle for me.
And see, that's the thing. I don't hate any of the Halloween movies. I'm just
Yeah,
super disappointed. Oy, oy, oy.
very reminiscent of Pet Cemetery. Oh
Yep.
God, dang.
The way this dude gets it, like, Sam messes this dude up.
Sam's like, it's my turn. I've been sitting back watching everybody else play tonight. I've only killed one gal. Got that Micah Myers head tilt. Ninja.
Ninja, vanish.
That one pumpkin really lit that room up.
Right?
Oh, God. Love the candy on the steps. Such a nice touch. Oh, God, the glass in the hands. But he just keeps, both of them just keep coming. Like, even the old man, like, he just doesn't stop. It's kind of impressive. God, the razor blades. Ooh.
I love this, how he just pops over that.
You're all about crawling on the ceiling, aren't you?
Dude, it's creepy.
It is creepy. That's super
Especially
creepy,
if
that
it's done
laugh.
right. Yeah.
And the fact that he sounds like an 8-year-old, but he just can take all this damage and keep coming after you. So creepy.
Right?
I wonder who did the effects for that. Or the noise. The noises.
I don't know. Yeah, this fight scene is incredible.
Yeah.
Hey.
Just biting his leg. God, man, he messes him up. Huh?
Then he
I
flies.
just love the sound effects and the physical beating these both take. It's just I just love this setting. I just freaking love it.
Yeah.
And I love the pumpkin guts. It's a good thing they got a great actor to play this role. Funny enough, this guy actually played Hannibal Lecter, which blows my mind.
Yeah.
I've been meaning to watch Manhunter again. I bought it on Blu-ray not too long ago. I haven't watched it probably since I was 12.
Yeah, I haven't seen that in a long time.
I do remember thinking Red Dragon was better, but apparently the horror community just has just all up on Manhunter. So I need to check it out, maybe see what I was missing as a kid. He's got like
Yeah.
2 empty
I want to
bottles of booze right
revisit
by the
that.
phone.
I would like to revisit that whole series, but you gotta have some patience to make it through all those movies.
I just watched him probably 8 months ago. God, I love Silence of the Lambs, Hannibal Lecter, and Red Dragon's so good. Hannibal Rising sucks. I haven't seen it since it came out, but I bought it not too long
Mm.
ago on DVD. Um, I'll get back around to it someday, but I want to go back to the Psycho franchise. I watched the first one from that set, and I haven't watched the second, third, or fourth one yet. I've never seen them. I've been
I
meaning to
haven't
watch them.
either. I'm really excited to get that for Christmas and then watch them.
Yeah.
Hey,
Little Evil Dead there for you. Little Idle Hands. Idle Hands. Oh my God, we need to watch that.
yes, we do.
I need to buy that on
That's
Blu-ray.
technically it takes place over Halloween. I don't know why we never thought about watching that for
Yeah.
this season.
Batman Forever takes place over Halloween.
Yeah,
Well, there's always next year, man. This year's
yeah,
Christmas movie, I think we should watch. This year's Christmas horror, I think we should watch Gremlins.
yeah. Oddly enough, I don't own it.
What? You
Eh,
need to get that 3-pack where it comes with the Goonies, Gremlins 1 and 2. You can get it real cheap.
yeah,
Dude, that That is a freaky face. I will say that's.
And his
It
hand
actually
like
kind of
waving at him.
it kind of gives me a little bit of a vibe of the human alien from Alien Resurrection, like
Yes.
the end alien,
That,
yeah, with the like the
that
jawline,
and
the sunken.
Pumpkinhead. Have you
Yeah,
seen Pumpkinhead?
I've never seen Pumpkinhead. I've seen the special effects for it, but I've never seen the movie. I've been meaning to buy that too, man. I know Lance Henriksen's in it. I know it's a
Yep.
classic. I just haven't seen it. It's the same thing with like Near Dark. I haven't seen it because it's not on any platforms. I've never seen it for sale.
I've
But
never
Near Dark
seen Near
is
Dark,
getting a
but I
4K
want
release, and I
to.
will be buying it.
Or no, I seen Near Dark. I was really little. It's been a long time. I
Yeah,
really want to revisit that one.
I love his lollipop weapon. Just love it.
It really fits.
Yeah,
Oof.
kind of a Chucky vibe there with the stiff arm kind of feel. Uh-oh.
Candy. He's just like, bye.
I had a good time tonight. This was fun. We should do this again next year.
You should hand out candy next year.
You could tell he was kind of disappointed. I just,
Like, man, them's the rules.
yeah.
Just sit there like, what just happened?
God, first thing he'd be reloading that shotgun. Yeah, and then you find out that yeah, he was the bus driver. And just when you're starting to like the old guy, that's when you find it out. Oh, right, because we haven't seen any evidence that he was a bus driver before now, right?
Right.
Right. Three little pigs. That's awesome.
He's just got a bunch of mints.
Yeah. Hey, reminds me of the mints you'd get from Pizza Hut. Those were the days. You remember those? Did they give them out at your Pizza Huts too?
Yeah.
Like on the receipt where it'd say thank you, they'd always give you like three mints.
Yeah.
Yep.
They used to throw them in the bag at Sonic, too.
Yeah, Sonic. Yeah, good call. Yep. Oh, and his son is dressed up like his dad, carrying on the tradition. And she's going home after. Yeah.
Car full of werewolves.
Yep. Sam. He fixed his mask. Yeah, I didn't know that tradition.
Hmm. Well, we sparked his interest elsewhere.
It's like, oh yeah, I can still use this to kill people. All right, I'll go do that. Pumpkinhead is awesome. I got to get on that, man. It's
Yeah.
about $15 right now. I want to buy it, but I just bought Shocker.
My man,
I bought so many movies lately, and then
I
no,
found this version at Dollar Tree before I left my last job.
stop. That's a ridiculously good deal. Yeah, and American Psycho just came out on 4K for about $15. The Steelbook's 20. And then I love how at the end, yeah, the kids that he killed come back to get him.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure, like, how did that come about? Like, what did he break tradition to where they came after him?
I don't know. It's just a fun anthology.
Is it just because
I
they were
don't
probably
put
out and
much
about and released?
into it.
Such a good movie, man.
Yeah. I have a lot of fun with that one.
Great cast. And now I really want to watch The Prestige. I really want to watch The Prestige now. Dang it.
I honestly don't own that either. Sad.
Okay, well,
Ugh.
I will keep an eye out at the pawn shop for you, and I will pick you up. Do I own two of those? I might. I don't know. I wonder if I might own two copies. I don't know. Yeah, maybe it's time to switch over to, I don't know. We've got Thanksgiving. I do love Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. I just bought that. Um, that was on Amazon for like $5, $6. I was like, I have to have Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. It's one of the best comedies of all time.
I couldn't tell you
Um,
how long it's been since I've seen that.
yeah, I bought Edward Scissorhands, which that's a Christmas movie. But bought that on Blu-ray. It was $5 with digital download. I was like, yes, please, I'll take that. Um, yeah, yeah. I mean, I'll watch horror all day, every day. But yeah, maybe it's time to get something a little bit more light and fun.
This is light and fun, right?
Panic Room, that's a good movie. Bit of a slow build, but it's a good movie.
I don't know. Yeah, we gotta get into it. Oh man.
I'm looking at my collection here. Too many to choose from. God, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, man. Not exactly the time to watch that, but
You know,
Punisher, the remake of Punisher.
yeah.
Have you ever seen Basic? John Travolta,
Not in a
Samuel L.
long,
Jackson.
not in a long time, but yes, I have seen it.
That's a good movie. Every time I watch it, it gets a little bit better. God, it's a good movie.
It is a good movie. God, I'm trying to.
Ghostbusters 2016.
No thanks. Still haven't seen it. Don't plan to. I own it, but I haven't seen it.
Uh,
Uh, It's
maybe
still in the plastic.
I think mine is too. To be fair, maybe we should watch Ghostbusters next week since I think it comes out in November.
Yeah, I'd be down to give Ghostbusters a shot. Yeah,
Ghostbusters is like that's a good Halloween horror hangover movie.
yeah, it is.
Kind of like Edward Scissorhands. Like you're still gonna get a little bit of horror. It's gonna fill that gap. Um, Gremlins is a good one too.
And I'm rolling with this one.
I've got that one too. Demon Knight. Demon Knight was on sale for $60 for 4K for Demon Knight 1 and 2. Or was it Demons or Demon Knight? Uh-oh. Now I might be in trouble. Maybe it was Demons. Crap. I'm not sure. I might have to double check on that. But I've never seen that either. Like, it's weird how many
I,
weird 80s movies just went under the radar. I love Gone in 60 Seconds. God, I love Gone in 60 Seconds.
I don't know. We'll hash it out.
Hey, here's a question for you, Caleb. Is Gone in 60 Seconds better than any Fast and the Furious movie?
Better than any of them or
Yeah.
all of them? Yeah, it's better than pretty much all of them.
I think so too. I freaking love Gone in 60 Seconds.
I think the first Fast and the Furious is better than Gone in 60 Seconds, but I think Gone in 60 Seconds is better than the rest of them.
Yeah, see, I would go with Gone in 60 Seconds over all of them, but that's just me on that. But um, yeah, man, there's so many. It's hard because there's like so many good movies that we could watch. It's really hard to narrow it down. I'd say maybe Ghostbusters, dude. I don't know. It kills me because I don't know if I'm gonna watch the Ghostbusters Afterlife in theaters because I don't know. I just don't feel an urge to jump to see it. Is that weird? Do you
Oh,
feel an urge to jump?
my brother and I have already been working on a plan to, we're going to take our mom and we're going to, make a whole family thing of it. Because growing up, Ghostbusters was like one of the biggest deals in the house. It was Terminator, Ghostbusters, Batman.
Nice.
So we
Yeah,
didn't
I
do it for 2016 just because you could tell from the trailers, they exchanged the concept of the humor with flatulence jokes. Like it changed its entire meaning of the film and its entire ideology to a basic slapstick comedy, which is not what Ghostbusters 1 or 2 was about.
right.
Cartoon was meant to be kid friendly, so you can work with that. That's different. But having an updated follow up film just be slapstick to be slapstick, nah.
Well, and in your face too to have a certain point they were trying to get across. Um, yeah, it was okay. I've only seen it once. I did enjoy the movie, but I didn't feel the investment to the characters. I didn't. The CGI was terrible. Like it had no love and no passion behind it. It was just like hey, we're gonna start some stuff with this movie. We're gonna do some stuff. If you don't like it, you're a horrible person because you don't fit into this agenda. And I don't know. It just was lazy to me. I don't know. All the actresses play the exact same roles they play on Saturday Night Live. They just
Yeah.
cashed it in. It just felt like a cash grab.
You know a random movie I'd like to cover?
So
Predators.
love Predators.
I haven't seen it in forever, and I don't know. I feel like it's a weird place in the franchise. Or, oh man, Paul.
Never seen it.
You've never seen Paul? Oh,
Uh,
buddy.
man. I'm looking at.
Oh,
Oh, here's a
we gotta get
great.
1 hour photo.
Oh yeah, we do got to get in 1 hour photo. Um, Here, I want to say something real quick because I'm looking at my movies. One of the best buddy cop comedy actions of all time. I mean, you got to get past the staples, right? Like Lethal Weapon and stuff like that, Bad Boys, but Two Guns is criminally underappreciated. Two
I'm not even
Guns,
sure what that is.
it has Mark Wahlberg and Denzel Washington, and they play off each other like they've known each other for 30 years. They've been working with each other for 30 years. It is amazing. It's so good.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure I've even heard of it.
Oh, really, man? Oh,
Ooh.
man. I'll let you borrow it. We'll have to get. Oh, man. Jabari, if you're still here, man. And Jabari says not 1 in 5. So he thinks 1 in 5 Fast and Furious is better than Gone in 60 Seconds. But Jabari, if you're still here, man, have you seen Two Guns, man? Tell Caleb how awesome that is if you're still here. You got to love it. I've never met anybody that didn't like Two Guns. God, that's a good movie.
Joyride. That would be a fun movie to get
I
for our.
love Joyride.
Maybe we could do Joyride as like a breaking into spring summer because it's kind of got that like atmosphere.
Yeah, yeah. It's funny how that movie always reminds me of Jeepers Creepers.
Yep.
Just the road. Um, Four
That
Brothers.
Jesus. Four Brothers is really good. Really
Oh,
good.
so good.
I love that
Um,
movie.
Dude, Broken Arrow. I'm looking at my list here. Broken Arrow, Next of Kin, Smoking Aces is so good.
Hey, hey, hey. Hey, let's do this.
I've still never seen it. I've got it.
Whew.
I think I've. Yeah, I've got it. It's dubbed, isn't it?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it's really good. I also still I don't think I've seen it. I want to see the remake reimagining of Wolfman. I've heard how really good it is, and I think I may have seen it when it first came out, not paid attention to it, and then I've watched a few reviews on it, and people are talking about how it's underappreciated as a remake reboot. I think it was like 2010, give or take.
Yeah, 2012, 2010, yeah. I've got it. I'll have to let you borrow it if you don't have it. It's been a long time since I've seen that too, but I don't know if I said it, man, but Broken Arrow, oh
Yep,
God, Face Off. I'm just like
yep.
Shaft. I went back and watched Shaft about a year ago. I just can't I can't believe how good Shaft is. Christian Bale in it and Samuel L. Jackson. I'm not. Oh, Jabari says he hasn't seen Two Guns. Jabari, man, you got to get on that.
Natural
Uh,
Born Killers.
Neither one of you saw Demon Knight. Kayla, you've seen Demon Knight, haven't you?
Ah,
Oh, you haven't? Okay, well,
I
that's another
haven't.
one on our
It's been
list
on
we've
my
got to get
list.
on to.
Hey,
Uh,
hey. I recommended Natural Born Killers, but also
Rubber.
it's about a killer tire. It's
No, dude. Oh man, looking at my comedies
mirrors.
now.
Mirrors.
I own it. Kiefer Sutherland. I own it. I've never seen it. I own one and
It's
two.
it's good. The ending kind of goes meh, but it's good throughout.
I want to see White Noise
Um,
one and two too. I've got those, and I haven't seen those either. Oh, dude,
I've seen the first, never seen the second. I never had the urge. The first one was all right.
dude, The Descent. We
Oh,
need to get back. We need to watch The Descent. It
Keanu
was
Reeves,
okay.
Xavier, but still, I
It was
really
okay.
enjoyed it.
God, I love
Hey, if we
movies.
really want to ruin people's days, go with
Wicked Prayer. Yeah, dude. There's
Tom
so many good movies. What about Creep one and two,
Cruise.
bro? Jabari just brought up Creep one and two on Netflix for anybody watching this in the future that hasn't seen it. Oh God, Creep one and two is you get to know the bad guy and like you get to watch that all unfold and the flavor and the it's just so different and I respect that movie for being different and bold and really going for the creep factor as opposed to anything else. I love Creep 1 and 2. I love them. I'm
Ooh,
so glad they didn't make a
ooh,
third one so far because I just love how the second one ends.
just a thought. I don't know if you own them both, but I do. I own Mayhem and the Belko Experiment. They're
I own the
both very
Belko
similar
Experiment.
in
I've never seen
concept.
it.
This, in my opinion, is a far more fun film, but that could be a fun comparison. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Max Payne. I own it. I've only seen it the one time when it came out. I want to say real quick that the Mayhem dude, that actor, I cannot remember his name. He's from The Walking Dead. I just finished up the last
Glenn from
season.
Walking Dead.
Yeah, I just finished up the last season of The Walking Dead. No spoilers. I cannot believe that this show can still maintain that threat level, that intrigue, and make just the. I cannot believe it can keep me invested. And this last season did not feel like. I mean, there was some filler in there, but I just can't believe. I don't know. I want an abridged version for people like me that have already seen it. When
Oh
it's all
man,
wrapped up, I want them to
you're
cut it.
freezing.
Oh, sorry. Am I back? Am I back? You still look like you froze. You there? Hello? Hello, hello, hello.
You're back.
Oh, okay. I would like somebody to have an abridged version of The Walking Dead where you get rid of all the
Yeah.
filler and that way you can just binge instead of having to watch 10 seasons, you'd literally watch like 4. I don't know. The Walking Dead's so frustrating because it you could feel them
I
stretching the runtime.
I stopped like 4 or 5 seasons ago. I can't get into it. Ooh, here's a good random movie.
Oh, no, no, no. Okay, no. No. That is a great movie. That is a
So what
That
I'm saying is a good random movie to toss
oh,
in the mix.
that's a 10 out of 10 right there. Like that is a phenomenal movie. I watch that probably 3 times a year. I love Interview with the Vampire, and anybody can fight me on this. That's Tom Cruise's best performance. Fight me.
Frailty.
Love Frailty. Underappreciated.
Be a
Forever
good one to
underappreciated.
toss in. Uh Man, I don't know. We got options, but
Dude, I have an urge
man,
to watch uh-oh, Get Out again. It's been a minute since I've seen Get Out. I don't know. It's just so good. There's so many movies like I need one shelf that's dedicated to just movies like I want to rewatch or I've never seen. So that way, I've been really pushing myself instead of just watching my go-tos to branch out to try new things. I need one shelf where I'm just like, no, John, you're gonna get your butt up. You're not gonna watch your phone. You're not gonna watch something you already got downloaded. You're gonna get your butt up there. You're gonna watch that movie you spent 50 cents to $20 on. I've got to
I
do it.
really want to really want to revisit Us. I've been dying to do that for like a year and a half, and I haven't because it's like I don't have the time to actually sit down and watch one of these physical copies, and I don't have a digital copy.
Yeah.
Mostly what I do is stream or what I have downloaded to my Vudu, and it just so like it gets skipped over every time. I have Get Out on there. I've watched it multiple times, but
Dude, Us is so good. It could have been next level amazing. It just,
I loved it.
uh,
I thought it was perfect.
it's
I think that for its own thing, it fit well.
but like the whole like how it is like they wouldn't like doesn't work like how everything plays out and everything. It wouldn't work how they show how everything is being built. Like I need just a little bit more how this has been happening for 20 years and how everything is. I don't know. It just to me it it needed to be explained a little bit too far. It needed to be explained a little bit more because it was so far out there. I was like, no, this just wouldn't happen. But I do love the movie, and my wife, dude, it was so funny because like she's sitting there and like when they're in the room and they're doing the monologue thing, my wife was like this. She was like, I
That
don't
was
think
some of
I
the
can do it.
creepiest stuff I had seen on screen in a long time. That was really
Oh my
good.
God, man, that is some good tension building. But yeah, we got options. I think it's probably a good idea. Like I said, maybe next time, maybe Ghostbusters, but yeah, we will. God, Hollow Man, love it. Um, oh, don't mention Jordan Peele movies and Killer Flicks. Oh, right, Caleb. He says, right, Caleb. Is Jordan
It,
Peele? Is it a touchy
it
subject in
gets
Killer Flicks? I'm not
people
in
get
Killer Flicks.
people get stupid complicated about it, and then people make stupid ass comments, and then all of a sudden there's like 3 day bans all around, and people then all of a sudden the no politics rule gets brought up, and then like 18 people throw fits and try and make their post super super on one end or the other of the spectrum for the next few days. It gets annoying real fast because I don't understand why. I don't know. I don't want to go down this path because I feel like I God. And it's funny because I was one of the people who like made a post when Us came out and I was talking about how much I enjoyed it. I deleted the post 4 comments in.
Oh.
It got super ridiculous.
Hang on one second, because I'm gonna give a spoiler warning. Because Jabari, I bet Jabari, have you seen it? Can I spoil any of that, or I'm gonna count down from five just so that way I don't spoil us. The my problems with it. So five, four, three, two, one. Incoming spoilers. I just don't buy that these people are underground for 20 years or whatever it is, um, just eating rabbits and running into walls and not being able to take care of themselves. And I either needed somebody down there taking care of them or them being having more of a thought process to take care of themselves. I just don't buy that they're down there for 20 years. Like if they were like caged and like doctors, okay, good. Jabari has seen it, good. I just didn't want to spoil anything, but I just didn't buy that they were down there for 20 years or whatever it was. And maybe they did escape and maybe they ate the doctors and maybe there was stuff we didn't see. I think For me though, it's so far out there. I needed some explanation to say that this could actually happen. Because the whole plot twist of like this one leader switched places and led an uprising of all these duplicates or whatever. Like I love the movie. I think the police and the fight scene and the death scenes and all that stuff. I think the comedy was great. The tension when they're sitting in their room and they're talking, like I think this movie. I think that's why I got frustrated with that, and I wasn't trying to nitpick the movie. And that's the thing about killer flicks is if like Us could easily be a 10 for somebody. I could see that. Uh-oh. Spoilers. Hopefully he's not mad. What does it say? Red light. Yeah, I warned you. I warned you. You said do it, I hope. Anyway, sorry. Hope I didn't spoil anything, but I that's why I hate talking about spoilers sometimes. But um okay, lol. Don't mess with me like that. Don't mess with me. But no, I don't know. I don't buy it. I think it's a great movie. I saw greatness in this, and the end left me a little sad because I was just like, man, you were going next level. You were going to a 10, and then it dropped it back to about an 8. Like it's still a phenomenally like across the board, everything is phenomenal. Music, acting, cinematography, tension, everything is phenomenal. I just don't buy it, and if I can't buy it, I can't buy the whole movie. So I still think it's a great movie. I'm glad I own it on 4K. I think a sequel, if we got a sequel and they explained a little bit of that, I think obviously that could bump up the original, and I think there's still enough that you could do with a sequel, obviously, that I think it warrants a sequel. I don't think they'll probably do it. I think for some properties like Jordan Peele, you get a good movie, you get out of there. You get a good movie, you get out of there. It's the same thing with Candyman. I don't think they'll do a sequel to it because it made money. There's no reason to risk it. Let's just keep your name riding on victories. Even though he wasn't the director of Candyman, but he was attached to it, and they threw his name out every 5 seconds they could.
I get a feeling Candyman will get a sequel in the next 5 years.
You think?
I do think it will. Yeah.
But
But
it has to be by Nia DaCosta or somebody of her
yeah,
abilities.
it does have to be by her. I
'Cause
was gonna throw out maybe for St. Patrick's Day we could pick a Leprechaun film.
Leprechaun 3.
3? You want to
3.
start with the third?
I love 3. 3 has the most like cheese that lands. I don't know, man. You know what? I'll tell you what, Caleb. I'll tell you what. Let's burn it down. I'll tell you what. Let's do 4. Let's burn it down.
No, I'm not starting. I'm not sitting through In Space without we're doing it together, like in person, and then doing a review because it's gonna seed of Chucky us.
Oh man, dude. Oh man, nothing's worse than Seed of Chucky. That movie left me depressed. I literally was depressed. Jabari says I wanted Us to be darker. The creep factor was already crazy, so I believe it being darker would leave people scared. Yeah, I think you're right on that. I think it's weird because it went super creepy and scary when they're in the living room, and then it kind of went into comedy with the action gore. Like it kind of went like Jason Lives kind of, Scream kind of, where it was having fun with the gore, it was having fun with the action. Yeah, it's weird because I think it's a movie where the flavor a little bit is all over the place. Not terribly, but I appreciate what they did because my wife couldn't have handled any more of that living room scene than what she got. Like, so when the tone changed a little bit to be kind of a comedy horror, it was much more suited for her. Yeah, I hear you there. I think it would have been darker. I just think this is a movie that needs a sequel to iron out some of the issues I had with it. But God, I love it. I'll tell you another movie that I think is underrated, and it was so scary, was Hereditary. Hereditary is one of the better horror movies of the past 5 years. I need to rewatch it, though. I need to rewatch it. Dude, the cinematography is like Kubrick level. The cinematography is the best cinematography in a horror movie in my lifetime, maybe. Like,
I can say that I see why people like that film.
the acting's phenomenal.
I see why people flock to it. it does have its own established lore and stuff, and I get that because it's its own film. But it is dry, slow for me. Like I can't sit through it. And then when it does start to pick up the pace towards the end, you start getting super crazy stuff, and then the ending is just like, wait, what?
Endings
And
is bonkers. It's like they went bananas and then they smeared the bananas all over the walls.
they did the same thing with Midsummer,
I,
which
I hated Midsummer.
see,
Midsommar. Ugh.
I would rather rewatch Midsummer than Hereditary.
I honestly have no
I don't
wish,
really like
no
either one of them.
no wish, no wants to watch Midsommar. I do think that's a movie where it felt kind of Quentin Tarantino-ish in the fact that like you know you're awesome, so you take everything you're awesome at and you crank it to 11 and you linger on shots, you extend crap for the sake of just like look at this beautiful shot, which is great. But the movie like there the director's movie like I feel bad because I cannot remember his name and I'm pissed at myself right now, but he's so good, but his whole thing is lingering on pain, like pain that everybody can attach themselves to, losing a loved one,
Oh,
depression, all that kind of stuff. Oop, am I gone again? Am I gone?
yep, you're cutting in and out again. Dude, this storm is killer over here right now.
Yeah, I haven't gone upstairs yet to hear it, but am I back?
Yeah, for the moment.
Okay, well, I'm just gonna wrap this up real quick. But the his claim to fame is like great cinematography and lingering on the pain, which is great. But Midsommar, it didn't help that I watched it with my mother, which was super awkward. And my mom was like the sex scenes. My mom was like asking what was happening, and then she was like describing it at the same time. So I'm still kind of messed up with that. The visuals are great. I just don't. I just once the kid breaks into the temple and is reading like the holy scripture, after that scene the movie just goes, well, I do like the whole like lemonade cocktail with the hair and the blood and stuff like that. Like, I don't know, it's just the ending that's just so trippy and drugged out. I don't know. You are banished my you are banished my cathedral of praise for hereditary. Banished my cathedral of praise. So I'm sorry, banished my you are banished my cathedral of praise for hereditary. I'm not saying Hereditary is the best thing since sliced bread, but what I'm saying is that the cinematography and the acting is the best in any horror movie in my lifetime, probably that I can think of. Like, and the more you go back and watch the movie, the subtleties of the background, what's happening, the group or whatever, the grandmother, the little things they say, like I love how all that stuff adds to a second watch. You know what I mean? It's got some more depth to it. And like I said, lingering on the pain that we can all sympathize with, is just, I don't know, like it's not a movie I'm in a rush to revisit because it's a downer. And it doesn't have like a cool killer. It doesn't have any of that. But the level of everything they were going for, man. Oh, Caleb. Caleb said, "Oh, he doesn't agree with your assumption of Hereditary." See, um, yeah, I mean, man, it's one of those where like I, it's hard to revisit, but like I just love the depth of it, and I
Like,
think
like I said though, I see why people like it. I do. I totally get it. Like, but it just doesn't work for me for whatever reason.
but
Like
here's
I can see the good acting, I can see the good cinematography, I can see that it's got some suspense moments, but it just takes forever. And then when it gets there, instead of like, hey, this is what happened, or like letting you in on it, it's like that end scene, like what the where did who the what the what you just huh? How did we get here from what we just had? Like what?
I know,
How
man.
did
That ending is nutso. Like it goes full bananas. But I don't know, Caleb. When you first watched this movie, though, you weren't a parent, right? You weren't a parent yet.
no, I believe that he was. I think I think we knew his existence, but I don't think we were parents yet.
Yeah, I wonder if that kind of adds also to it, and that a lot of these movies, like I find the draw to now that I'm a parent. Not that like I'm not trying to be above or holier than thou. Blah, blah, blah. I'm just saying there's different meanings, there's different impact to me
Mhm.
now that I'm an adult, and I have to think about my own mortality more now than ever. Now that I have a kid, I have to think about their mortality, and I have to think about the pain that they might have to endure. So stuff like um, Doctor Sleep impacts me a little different. Pet Cemetery, and Hereditary. Um, Kind of
Hey,
land a little differently. I just wonder if now that you're a parent, if some of it might land a little differently for you. Not that I'm
maybe.
saying that, like, I'm just saying that you might have a different experience on this on the next watch.
Maybe, but on Pet Cemetery.
That Cemetery too, nice. Where'd you find that thing at?
Oh, online Walmart, $4.
Really?
Yeah,
It's on.
only DVD.
I believe it's on Netflix right now, or Netflix or Peacock, one or the other.
It pops around Hulu and Netflix and stuff on off and on, but I hadn't seen it since I was a kid, and it actually popped up, and I watched it, and I was like, "Wow, I forgot how much I enjoyed this." And so it was $4, and I got it. And
Yeah, you
yeah,
can't beat that.
I still don't make sense, but
All right, last thing, and then we'll get out of here real fast. I just want to ask you, did you enjoy the new Pet Cemetery?
I haven't watched it.
Okay, okay, I mean, that's
Um, I popped it. So when it first hit Amazon Prime for Prime members, I hopped on, and the described video feature was stuck. It was like audio dialogue was on. So, like, where it explains what's happening, like Universal logo or whatever, was stuck on. And apparently it was a problem with like 5 or 6 titles. And so I just haven't had the chance to revisit it since. And I've seen so many mixed reviews. Like, I've seen most people hate it, and there's a few who absolutely love it. So I'm like, not in a hurry by any means to go watch it.
it. I need to rewatch the original because I remember it being impactful. But obviously, having a kid watching the remake, man, it was a chore, and it was man, um, man, oh man, oh man. And the end is oh man, dude, it's just weird how having a kid makes horror scarier in certain movies that you can feel like what would you do, you know what I mean,
That
given all the information, especially because it's all laid out when it goes down, like would you do this as a parent, would you not, like what would you do if they come back and they're, yeah, like I don't know. Now that you're a parent, now that you're a horror fan and you've seen the original, I want to know what you think. But I was just curious on that. But anyway, guys, Jabari, hey, thanks for hanging out with us, man. I like that you balance well with Caleb and I. You give Caleb a hard time, and then you're on both sides on a lot of things, and so that's cool. We keep it light here. But we dive into some things, but I mean, for the most part, like I said, most of the time when I don't like a movie, I want to still like this movie. That's why I try to not get nasty about movies because I want to like the movie. That's why I'm frustrated with them, or that's why I ask, like, why do you love it? Because I want to love it. Like, that's why I own them and have them. Anyway, thanks for watching us. We will hammer in. I would assume it's probably going to be Ghostbusters for next week. Um,
probably.
I've got a couple things on. Like, I would love to do that unboxing. There's a couple others I'd like to do, but my work schedule right now and everything else is nuts. So hopefully we'll get some more stuff in. Until next week, though, guys, we will be back on 8 o'clock on Thursday on Facebook. Stay tuned to see what's up next. Thanks again, Jabari. Till next time, guys,
Thank you.
we're out of here.
Bye, everybody.